Colombia. Colombia was a place which Roosevelt actually ran there with like 300 gold. And then paid 12 gold or something like that for an army to be raised to basically go attack Panama Canal. And pretty much it's also Zombee or Zombee's tribe. This guy named Zombie. They would roll their eyes back. Can't even do it. And they walk around like this. And what it was there's a hallucinogenic drug that they used to take. The Zombee tribe used to take drugs, and used to. It's hallucinogen. It's what LSD was. They refined it and they made LSD basically out of it, pretty much. But the Zombee tribe had figured out how to refine it, and pretty much they were taking white people, and they would get them all addicted or not addicted, but they would give them lots and lots and lots and lots of this drug because they had lots and lots. They were farming it. And they had been farming it for quite a while. So basically, and this one guy who picked up an AK-47 or something like that when he was a young child, picked it up and said, no, he can win, or whatever else like that. And basically, with his tribe, he started kidnapping British and Irish and all kinds of other people, and basically started doing this little thing where he was going to take over the world and then kill everyone, or kill all the leaders of the world. Basically, he wanted to rape and kill a girl from every country. Anyway, this one of those faces of Africa pieces of shit, along with Mr. Brown and Mr. Black, who took over. Who tried to take over my LS and LC shipyard in Birmingham, or not Birmingham, I mean Belfast. I had a shipyard there that made the Titanic, LC and LM, and basically the black people would go there, try and get good jobs, and they would get good jobs, and then they would go and ram their ships into other ships, and pretty much it was basically black on white takeover, pretty much. And basically, which would end basically in pretty much all white people being dead. And because I had been white, or was Lucifer white or something, I don't even know if he knew who I was. They would end basically in him pretty much having me raped by some black guy or some white guy. I'm not exactly sure, but he told me all about his plan, or everything about his plan, and I was like, wow, that's a good one. Too bad I'm an epic creator named LS. And of 800 galaxies, and well, oh well. Anyway, he made all these films and all this stuff, setting the stage. The black people really got into the whole movie thing, and got into the whole changing around the perceptions and stuff. And personally, I think he had taken a little bit too much of his product. But basically, it was a zombie tribe, and they sold their drugs and sold their this and sold their that, and basically it was this one guy, anyway, like that, and other things. And he was an old, disgusting black guy that basically just raped and killed and pretty much tortured and shot everyone he knew. Took over Africa for a while. And tried to do the Ultimate Warrior with some Irish. Like I said, the Americans, or the United States, was off in La La Land with Two-Tone Tom and a bunch of other gangsters or whatever, shooting up the place and basically getting deep into debt. Well, basically the Irish were the only people that were rational and sane. The Irish would, you'll probably hear the Irish say lots of times, we're the only ones that were rational and sane around here. The Irish and the people at the Belfast shipyard noticed that they were the only ones who were actually rational at times, it seemed, and sane, because they were working for LS and LC, and they're just trying to make a little bit of money and not starve to death. Which Harlem and Wolf and the black people and a bunch of other people were purposely trying to starve out the Irish, the LS and LC shipyard. Which, because of my subs and everything else, is quite hard to do. It's kind of, because I do have subs, I do know how to build subs and invent subs, and I did. So, I had submarines, I had a lot of things. Anyway, so blockades and people being annoying were basically pushed aside, you might say. Especially with some of my ships weighing in at somewhere close to 2 million pounds. Or, like, they said it cost 2 million pounds. No, it was 2 million pounds of steel. Cost had nothing to do with it. It was literally 2 million pounds of steel, of grade A iron. And with 2 million pounds of iron that is floating in the water, you can pretty much bash your way through just about any other small ships. And no cannon could actually really significantly touch or harm the hull. Like, dung, dung, dung. My Irish people would laugh sometimes at the sounds of the shells hitting the ships. Dung, because it was grade A supreme iron. German iron. And even my Irish, I think, would say, it's German iron. The best in the world. And there ain't no way they're going to get through that. Anyway, so we would run blockades and deliver food and supplies and save children and protect children and do everything that we would do, which is basically be a hero. And basically LS was basically the hero of the hour and of the time. Because I believed the Irish, I said, or at least said that there was a possibility that what they were saying was true. And that meant a lot in the grand scheme of things of someone that owns Germany, America, Mexico, and a lot of other places, that these people were raping and being bad people, with or without evidence. Evidence unseen. I said, well, we'll find the evidence later, but for right now, I believe you, and you're going to need some guns and some tanks. You have that? Yes. Go up to my LC shipyard, and you will be given tanks and ammunition as well as other things. At my LC shipyard, I had tanks and ammunition and just about everything a boy could ever want. Normally I sell it, but hey. Anyway, I think the Irish might have said, well, we had a little trouble at the gate, but we got past. Anyway, probably some black people or Anton's men basically up there. Like I said, they were trying to take over the world and all that other stuff. But pretty much, you know, you can forge a crappy gun to get through the gate and then get to my good guns, which were pretty much in the LC shipyard. And I told them about that, and then they went up there and got them. I'm pretty sure the Germans would have given them some, though, considering what they were, who they were. The black people would say that the Irish would killed the Germans, but the Irish had a different story and said that it was actually the blacks or someone. And I believe them. Like I say, the Irish had done several projects, so if they said the blacks had done it, then the blacks had done it. And so, basically, or zombies, Zombee. Anyway, Zombee was this tribe, and pretty much they thought themselves as a plague onto the earth, and Mr. Brown and all of them. So, pretty much, I believe the Irish, and I also believe the females that were with them. You know, and like I say, oppression is not something I tolerate. So, anyway, tanks and ammunition and guns, as much as they could, the best Germany could possibly ever offer. Yes! Anyway, yeah, sorry. Sorry. I just never got to use it. I never got to use my tanks or my ammunition. I was like, well, you're going to be shot at and you're probably going to die, but this should keep you alive long enough. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, like I say, my Germans had to fight many wars themselves and actually survive against some great odds. So we were the best in ammunition and everything else. And with that, Ireland would get a little help. Anyway, and, you know, it was full-on race war, you know, or black versus white war. So anyway, Zombie tribe had turned their back on me and gone crazy. So, oh well, too much LSD, I guess. By the way, yeah, it's a plant that I probably genetically created and all that other stuff, but basically the blacks had found it and pretty much started misusing it like crazy. So, and that's back in the historical records as well. Historical records, man. So, yeah. Anyway, lots of things about LS people and LC people will be finding out for years. It's like, yep, look, you'll see. Anyway, and I guess I guess I took part in a race war. I didn't know it, though, but yeah.